If God is good, then God is all-powerful. Why does innocent suffering exist? This may be the hardest question religion faces. Wars, disease, and children suffering. Many people don't stop believing because of science. They stop because of pain. So today we asked, why would a loving God allow evil? Hey everyone, have you ever looked at the world and just wondered, why? Why is there so much suffering, so much pain? If there's a loving God, why does he allow all of this to happen? It's a huge question, one that people have wrestled with for centuries. And the Bible offers a really profound answer that I want to explore with you today. The primary answer it gives comes down to two words: free will. Think about it. What is love without choice? If someone programmed a robot to say "I love you" over and over again, would you feel loved? Or would you feel nothing? It's a pre-programmed response, not a genuine feeling. Love, to be real, has to be a choice. It requires the freedom to say yes, but also the freedom to say no. This is the picture we get from the very beginning of the story. With Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, they were given this incredible paradise and a close relationship with their Creator, but they were also given a choice. They were given freedom. And true freedom isn't a rigged game. It has to include the possibility of making the wrong choice, of turning away. This freedom is what makes our love for God and for each other meaningful. But here's the difficult part of that freedom. The ability to choose good also means having the ability to choose evil. The freedom to love also comes with the freedom to hate, to be selfish, or to cause harm. This is what theologians call moral evil, the suffering that people inflict on one another. From small acts of unkindness to large-scale atrocities, these are the tragic consequences of humanity misusing its God-given freedom. It's the dark side of the same coin that allows for genuine love, compassion, and sacrifice. You might be thinking, makes sense for the bad guys, right? But what about things like earthquakes, tsunamis, or diseases? What about natural disasters? That doesn't seem to be anyone's choice. And you're right. The free will argument doesn't fully cover what's called natural evil. The Bible has more to say on that, touching on themes of a fallen world and a promised restoration. It's a complex topic, and we'll dive deeper into that in our next video. For now, the core idea is that for love to exist, choice must exist, and with choice comes the possibility of pain. It's a heavy concept, but it's central to understanding the world from a biblical perspective. Have you ever read the Bible and just felt overwhelmed by the amount of suffering? I mean, think about it. We have Job, a guy who loses literally everything: his family, his health, his wealth. Then there's Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown in prison for something he didn't do. And what about King David? He was constantly on the run for his life, facing betrayal and immense personal loss. Even Jesus himself, the central figure of the faith, endured unimaginable suffering and a brutal death. It's a lot to take in. And often, when we try to make sense of all this pain, we land on a common explanation. We hear that suffering isn't just random, meaningless pain. It's not a punishment from a distant, angry God. Instead, it's a tool for transformation. It's a fire that refines us, shaping our character, building our resilience, and drawing us closer to God. Job gets double what he lost. Joseph becomes a powerful leader who saves his people from famine. David's trials prepare him to be a king after God's own heart, and through Jesus' suffering, we're offered redemption. The story always ends with purpose and victory. But here's the really tough part, the uncomfortable truth that we don't always like to talk about. This explanation, this beautiful narrative of transformation, really only works in hindsight. It's easy to see the purpose in the pain when you're standing on the other side of it looking back. When you can connect the dots and see how every difficult step led to a greater good. But what about when you're in the middle of it? When you're the one losing your job, getting a terrible diagnosis, or feeling completely abandoned by the people you trust? In those moments, talking about transformation can feel empty, even cruel. When you're in the dark, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. All you can feel is the darkness. The Bible doesn't shy away from this raw reality. It's filled with psalms of lament, desperate cries to God asking, why? And how long? So what does this mean for us? Maybe the point isn't to always have a neat and tidy answer for suffering while it's happening. Maybe the first step is just to acknowledge the pain, to sit in the grief, and to be honest with God about how much it hurts. The stories of Job, Joseph, and David aren't just there to show us the happy ending. They're there to show us that even in the deepest, darkest moments of despair, we are not alone. And that faith isn't about having all the answers. Sometimes it's just about holding on, even when you can't see the reason why. Have you ever wondered why a good God would allow so much suffering in the world? It's a question many of us have wrestled with, but what if we're looking at it from the wrong angle? The Bible actually never promises us a life free from pain. Instead, it promises that our lives, including the painful parts, have a much deeper meaning. Some theologians have this incredible perspective. They say God doesn't just watch our suffering from a distance and decide not to prevent it. He actually enters into it with us. Think about the cross. It's not some magic trick to make all the hurt disappear. It's the ultimate act of God, participating in our human experience of pain, showing us we're never truly alone in our struggles. It's a powerful thought, isn't it? That in our darkest moments, there's a presence right there with us. This is the Watchman Record. Thank you for watching. Leave any comments below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.